The world's fastest growing companies want to be able to provide a great customer experience, and that includes a great payments experience, and that's where Spreedly helps out. Hundreds of companies around the world's fastest growing companies, depend on Spreedly to connect to any payment service. So through a single API, they're able to connect once to Spreedly and then connect to virtually any payment service around the world. And that allows them to build a best-in-market payment solution and ultimately deliver a great customer experience to their own customers. Spreedly is dealing with billions of dollars of transactions every month, and as a result, it's critical that each transaction is secure and protected. One of the things that Spreedly provides is the ability for our hundreds and hundreds of customers globally to be PCI compliant. So it's extremely important that we partner with a company like Sikich that is able to help us to ensure that we have that PCI compliance in place.
The big cost that PCI compliance has for an industry is that it draws resources. So working with Sikich over these last 3 years, I've been able to see a direct decrease in disruption to our engineering teams, which is a very expensive internal resource. So that's one big facet that the business really cares about. For me personally, having this external resource really means that I can focus on other compliance initiatives that are coming up, or more intentionally streamlining our existing compliance processes, which makes me better at my job.
Yeah, the quality of work from Sikich has been outstanding. I mean, one of the things we look for is having a great relationship between our auditors and the company itself. And what we found is that when we have particular questions, when we have concerns, they're always available, extraordinarily knowledgeable about the space, and just able to answer those questions very, very smoothly.
The Sikich team is honestly fantastic. The ease and responsiveness of being able to either talk with them outside of our scheduled meetings so quickly, or just like, hey, I have an ad hoc question, I'm gonna post it in Basecamp, and we can talk through this over the next 3 weeks as we each write books about our perspective on things. It's honestly a lot of the value that I see is with the people I get to work with at Sikich. Our PCI testing in general with Sikich has gone fantastic. That's one of the ways that we assess our PCI compliance program internally, is how well we can minimize disruption to other teams, and Sikich is enabling us to do that better and better each year. Why do we choose to do PCI checkup and planning this year, which is the Sikich support for the year-round audit? This is something that, from our perspective, reflected the reality of what a mature PCI compliant program would be. From within Spreedly, if we look at ourselves, we have to have external checkpoints that support the idea that this is not something that's happening just during 2 months at the end of the year or something like that. This is something that every quarter, or really with reoccurring tasks every month, there is some PCI task that needs to be done that keeps PCI in everyone's minds. So I think it's just the sign of a mature organization. From my perspective, the PCI checkup and planning more accurately reflects what the reality of working in PCI compliance is. PCI compliance is not a point-in-time assessment. It's not a once-a-year effort. It is something that you're working on the entire year. And the fact that Sikich has something to support the reality that is PCI is great.